item. Tonight I wanted to do a very simple video and organize / give you a tour of my makeup station. As you can see, I have my setup pretty much right here. It's not exactly looking very cute at the moment. It looks a little overwhelmed with items, but I'm going to go through each section and do a bit of a declutter as well as organize it just a little bit more. As you can see, it's pretty much very organized in the sense that there are specific drawers and, areas where things can be corralled, but there is still a bit of a mess, so I would like to just clean it up a little bit, and I do feel like there's some stuff I could get rid of. So I hope that this is relaxing for you, and it is a bit of a clickety-clackety amount of products, so hopefully the sounds, I hope not to make them too loud or anything. I did go ahead and get a little towel just to make sure I wasn't accidentally smacking things down on the table. So yeah, this is just kind of like a intimate vanity organization video. I know this may not be the type of organization for everyone. I try to keep a very minimal collection. Pretty much anything that can fit in this I will stick with. There are obviously some products that are a little too clunky or big to fit in this station I have, and that's pretty much eyeshadow palettes, which I really only have like 2 or 3 of. I store those in a separate drawer. I would, love to have drawers, everything in drawers, but the table I'm at is a very small IKEA desk with one very compact drawer, and we're already using this drawer for something else, for other items. So my makeup is all out for display. So let's go through it together. As you can also see, I have my vanity light here, hello, which is very nice. It's like a touch screen. You can touch it to light up, which is very bright, so I will not do that. I have a plant. I have a glass jar of cotton rounds that I use for toner or makeup remover, pretty much cleaning up any messes. I always need a glass jar of cotton rounds around. And I got this, I think I got this set from IKEA, I can't remember. It came in like a bunch of little jars, and I have some in my bathroom, but I keep one out here for my makeup. Then I also have my little makeup sponge travel case / holder. I usually have my sponge with a little towel either way. I don't have it here now because I just feel like that's kind of nasty, but sometimes I'll store it in here, and this looks, this is a great travel item as well. So that's off to the side. Okay. So I've brought you in a little closer. It still looks very crazy, but I wanted to start off with this side. So this is my eye cream from e.l.f. It's just the Holy Hydration eye cream that I recently got, and I have really been enjoying this. So definitely keeping this around, not getting rid of that. Usually here I've kept my powders and then, you know, my eye cream for easy access, because my eye cream, with how small it is, I feel like would get lost in one of these other compartments. So I'm going to look at my powders, and this one I know is already pretty much done. It might look like it, but that's product that is not coming out. So I think this is time to say goodbye, and I'm gonna get rid of that or throw it out. But not to worry, because I have another powder. This is just the Airspun Loose Face Powder. I like it. I think it does the job, you know, well. Like, it does a good job. I think I'm still on the hunt for, like, my preferred powder, but it is nice and it's not very expensive, so I like it. So, other random items. Let's see. I have my eyebrow pencil. I use NYX Micro Brow. I have my NYX Epic ink liner, which is kind of broken, so I really need to go purchase a new one. I have a brown eyeliner from L'Oreal, which works. I mean, it's nothing to write home about, you know. And then I have a very tiny brush, because if I put it in the compartment with all my brushes, it actually kind of gets lost down there, so I kind of put it right here for better access. So we have cleared everything out. I might need to get a cloth to dust out the dusties, so let me go get a cloth. Okay, so I got a cloth, and I'm just gonna dust the inside, especially since there was some powders in this compartment. Okay. That's good. I kind of skipped over it, but I have my eyelash curler as well in that area. So now it's all clean. I don't really plan to change any of the products that were in this compartment for the most part, so I'm actually going to place everything back, except for the powder I'm getting rid of. So back goes the eye cream, and I think I might leave the eyelash curler out for now. And since these are kind of like my everyday essentials, I don't mind that they're in that area. Maybe I'll move them around later though, so I'll go ahead and put them back for now. Now, back here are actually my brushes, and so they're in this, you know, compartment area. You can kind of see it's like a deeper pocket for anything, and I decided to put my brushes because most of them technically can stand up. So I'm gonna leave the brushes there. I actually really need to clean some of them, but that is a perfect storage area for them, and I don't feel the need to declutter any of the brushes. I pretty much use all of them at one point or another, and I don't feel the need to, you know, move them from their place. I did, however, find a stray lip liner in there, so I think I'm going to put this where I usually put my lip products, which I will show you soon. This is just a NYX lip pencil in Natural, so I'm going to leave that out to the side. Okay. Alright, we're getting into the thick of it. So, I have, let's see, I guess I could start from front to back. A quick little mini tour, other than where the brushes are and the random items here in this little area. I usually have most of my skin products that I use in the morning when I, usually do my makeup routine. The skin products are sort of over here. And then over here is just sort of a mix of foundations and concealer and other products. So it's kind of the general sense of everything. But I'll start from right here since it's right in front of us. This is my current eyebrow gel. It's the Benefit, it's rubbed off a little bit, 24-hour brow setter. I really like it. I do use another product which I'll show later, but this is my go-to for every day. So, okay, so I'm going to set that aside because I'm not really sure where I want that to go. Okay, so I have probably my favorite everyday foundation, if you will, the True Match Nude by L'Oreal. Their hyaluronic tinted serum. This stuff is so great on the skin. It feels really light, but I feel like it also gives really nice coverage for if you're having, good skin. I tend to not have pretty severe acne or anything, so I'm not sure that this would be a great full coverage option for skin in that sense. But for a very sort of tint, but not really tint, I feel like it's a little bit thicker than a tint, honestly. I go for this, and I'm using up one bottle, and I already ordered another one because I go through it very quickly. I could probably go with not using as much as I do, which I have been learning lately, is to just sort of do less is more when it comes to makeup as for the skin, and just sort of focus on just the areas that really need it instead of sort of covering every single area of my face. Okay. Alright. Next we have a ordinary caffeine solution. And this is like an eye gel, eye serum kind of thing. It's good. I feel like I've veered away from this mainly because my problem areas with my eyes are hydration oriented, and I don't feel like this really helps with that, and I don't really have a problem with a ton of puffiness or pigmentation, which is what this treats. So I might just move it into my bathroom for now, or leave it if there's some room after, I go through everything. But I don't really feel the need to use it because I like my other one more. Okay. I have a mini mascara from Estee Lauder, I think it's from there, yeah. It's actually a travel size one that I got from my mom because I needed mascara one time and she gave it to me. So it's kind of just sitting there. I wouldn't say it's like the most amazing mascara, so it's not really my go-to, but I have it just in case. Okay, so we kind of had a mix of things there. We had like an eyebrow gel, we had an eye cream, we had a mascara, so it was a little bit of a random area. But I think I might go ahead and just, first, I'm going to dust it in there. So, I'll probably end up using this for my foundation, go-to, day-to-day stuff. But I'll leave it empty for now. Behind, I have my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, which is a favorite. I really do like this. I feel like this does a really great job. I don't really use it every day though. Alright, I have a Cetaphil Hydrating Eye Gel Cream, and quite honestly, it's pretty much used up, and I didn't love it for the hydration factor, which I feel like the e.l.f. one does a better job. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this out because it's pretty much out. Okay. Next I have my Vitamin C Tonic by Pix waxy, which I do really like. I feel like it gives me a nice glow. This is completely empty, and thankfully I did get a new one, so I'm going to replace it with the new bottle now. So we'll throw that out. Okay, this is the new bottle. Let's see if I can open it. So I've taken off the plastic and it's ready to go, but I'll leave it off to the side for now. Next, I have my Holy Hydration Hydrating Serum with jojoba, aloe, and vitamin E. This has been really nice. I've liked this. I feel like it does add an extra boost of hydration without it being too, too much. And I feel like it's actually very helpful in keeping my skin hydrated throughout the day. So I enjoyed this. I would say I would have normal to dry skin. Well, I have more normal skin. I say normal to dry because a lot of products say normal to dry, but I would say I have more oily to normal skin. There you go. I have dry areas though, more in the winter. So I've been dealing with that. Okay. Briefly, because I know I'm not going to really move them, I have my CeraVe Daily Moisturizing Lotion. I use this on my face every morning, and I'm not going to really get rid of this because there's still a lot. I love it. It's my favorite, and it is perfect usually where it rests. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that back here. I also have my Eucerin Age Defense and Hyaluronic Acid Broad Spectrum Sunscreen 50. This is running a little low, so I think I might need to pick up a new one. So I'll add that to my cart on somewhere. I think this is on Amazon, Target, all the stuff. But yeah, this has been really great, and I feel like it's lasted me a little while as well. It's usually the last thing I put on after my moisturizer before I do my makeup and primer and all that stuff, or primer and then makeup. I think I might leave the sunscreen here because it really doesn't fit well anywhere else. However, if there's a new space in the skincare area that I want to put it in, I will go ahead and do that. Back here, I have very little micellar water left for makeup remover, and I don't plan on getting rid of it for how much is left. So I think I'm just going to keep it back here. But it does take up a lot of room, unfortunately. Not that I need to stuff this thing to the brim. And then, because I also know I'm not going to really move this or get rid of it, I have my Got To Be Glued Spiking Glue. This I used to use for my eyebrows and still often sometimes do if I'm feeling up for it. I think the Benefit Brow one is just a lot quicker and easier to use. With this one I have to use like an eyebrow spoolie and wash it and all that stuff, so but this is really great stuff, and it was actually before I realized they had a brow version of this product, so I have a very big bottle that I'll have to get through, or until it expires. But yeah, for now I'm gonna keep that back here. Okay. Moving right along in this area, we have a foundation. So this is actually the foundation I'll go for if I'm feeling a little bit like having more coverage. It's the e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation. I really like the finish on this. It gives like a dewiness without it being too much, in my opinion, and it's got a great stay, like long wearing. Obviously, adding primer to your makeup base is pretty essential to how long it stays on, but when I use primer, it stays on for a really long time, so I really like this. This is actually nearly empty, but I'm trying to use it up. Okay. This is another foundation I have. It's the Maybelline 30 Hour Foundation. I don't know if that's the official name. This is kind of when I was trying to find a good foundation before I found the e.l.f. one. So I don't honestly reach for this, and it might be a little darker. I think I usually would bring it out for like a super long lasting foundation, maybe a little bit more mattifying. If I needed something like this for like a night out or something. But I just don't think, I don't want to get rid of it, but it's just definitely not something I reach for, unfortunately. That's just kind of how it goes, you know, when you're trying out foundations, sometimes you get stuck with stuff that you don't really reach for too often. But, okay. Alright, so I actually love these products. The Skin Paradise by L'Oreal. I have a number 3 fair and a number 2 fair because I was like in between shades. I actually really love these products. They are technically all done, so I'm not really sure why I've hung on to them. And yeah, they're kind of old, so I think I'm just gonna throw them out. I usually wear them during the summer because they're water infused tinted moisturizer. It does have SPF of 19, which isn't very high, so I usually add an SPF with this, but it's super light. It has aloe vera, witch hazel, just super light on the skin, so I really like it during the summertime, but because they're pretty much empty, I'm just going to go ahead and toss them. This is definitely very in-depth to my makeup collection. As you can tell, I'm very much a drugstore girl. Like, it really depends on high-end stuff, and for me, I feel like with how often I might need to buy things, it can get pretty expensive at the higher end lines, but I guess it all depends. I have a couple, what are they, Maybelline concealers, the Fit Me ones, and slightly darker shades, and I kind of use these as contours. I rarely go through this that much, so I've had these for a while. I think in the future I'll probably just get regular contour sticks, which I'm still on the hunt for. I'm still kind of on the market for that. I have a Maybelline Eraser Multi-Use Concealer. I really like this concealer for my under eye area and just kind of where I want brighter concealer areas. This is a really great one. I feel like it's with how my skin is in my late 20s. This is really helping me with the kind of skin I'm growing into, if you will. Yeah, I feel like that's definitely been a journey in the last couple years where my skin is changing, and it's not bad. It's not like it looks massively different, but makeup just sits differently, you know, and that's okay. I have my e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, and honestly, I love this stuff. It makes my skin look so fresh and dewy. I don't use it every day, but I do like to use it under foundation. I don't usually use it under the serum because that kind of would make it a little too much, but under my e.l.f. foundation, this combo is really great. And they're both e.l.f., so I guess, you know, I don't even think this is like my shade, but it kind of, you know, I can kind of get away with it because it blends out really thin. Super dewy though. It's a glow booster. So I actually have a fresh foundation for the e.l.f. one that I usually go for, the Flawless Satin Foundation. So I am running out of one and already have a backup. Okay. So I have this Lumi Glotion. This is kind of before I got the e.l.f. Halo Glow because it was sold out everywhere, the Halo Glow. and I just wanted something dewy at the time and highlighting. I don't think I would get rid of this. It's still a great highlighter and is very pretty, except I do feel like the alternative of like this Halo Glow, I feel like is just a bit more useful to me with giving a glow beneath my foundation. So I'd probably opt for this one each time, but I would probably use this more like a liquid highlighter in the future, so keep that around. And my last and final foundation, I've never owned these many foundations, honestly. I was really on the hunt for a new foundation and was just trying to find what worked for me. This is a Fit Me Matte and Poreless Normal to Oily Maybelline foundation. And this is kind of like this one in a lot of ways. They're both from Maybelline, but they're both very like matte or long wearing, and I just feel like they're either not my shade right now or very heavy, and I wouldn't use them unless I was, you know, kind of going out on the town, which I don't really do often. Is anyone like me where I just want to be home all the time? It feels like a lot to go out sometimes. So back here, I actually have my like setting spray. This is okay. This isn't like the most amazing setting spray I've ever had, but it's the NYX Bear With Me Cannabis Sativa Seed Oil Revitalize and Set Spray. It's pretty good. And then I have the version with it in a travel size bottle, so I just never really decantered it back into the big bottle. I don't know if that would be gross, but I might do that just because there's a lot of little bottles everywhere. But I'm gonna leave that back over here since it's kind of with the face stuff. And then last but not least, in this compartment we have kind of like my main concealer, my Fit Me concealer, which I feel like I'm outgrowing this concealer. I've been using it for like 10 years, I feel. That's quite a long time. I'm probably a little less than that, but it feels like I've been using this for forever. I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm outgrowing it a little bit, but it still works really well. It's just much heavier now for me, and I feel like I need lighter concealers in my life, especially since my skin isn't always too bad. I have my NYX Sweet Cheeks like cream blush in Coralicious, which I like, but I feel like it's more of a summer tone a lot of the time, so it's winter right now and not really reaching for it. Okay, so I was really on a cream blush kick, and I picked up this coral one from L'Oreal. I don't love it. It's pretty terrible, honestly. I'm not really sure why I've kept it this whole time. It's super like liquidy, and like when you try to rub it in, it disappears. Like you end up rubbing it off. So I'm gonna have to part ways with it because I know I'm never gonna use it again. So learn my lesson. So another thing I need to really part ways with, because it's so gross, are these Glossier Cloud Paint blushes that have basically run out. I think this one has still got product in it. It's Dusk, which I do really love. So I'm going to keep that. But this one is completely out. Like, look, I really used this up to the fullest amount I could. I tried using it the other day, and there's absolutely no product left in there. So it's time to go. So throw that out. And last but not least, we have another brow glue from NYX, which honestly I don't love as much as the Benefit one, so I'll probably go ahead and toss this one. Then I also have a NYX eyeshadow primer, shadow and liner primer. I don't feel like this is a great primer. Like, it doesn't really do much for me, but I feel like it keeps things there, but it's not mind-blowing. So I'm going to keep it because I need an eyeshadow primer here and there, but I don't really use it every day, so I might find something to replace it down the road. And then I have randomly lash glue, which I really I never wear fake lashes. I think I just stuck it there because the last time I used it, I put it there. Okay. Now that everything's cleared out and I have mostly everything where I need it to be, now I can kind of rearrange stuff to, you know, make it a little bit more cohesive. So with the skincare theme, I think I'm going to stick with skincare here. And I do like to consider primer as a part of that. So maybe I'll stick that here. For foundations that I don't really reach, I think I'm going to go back. I might actually move this closer. Put that there. Probably stick the foundations I don't reach for and kind of put them further away from where I need to grab them. I think that will also go hand in hand with my backups. So my backup e.l.f. foundation and my backup True Match hyaluronic serum. Let's stick here. I think I might also stick the lotion back here because I don't really reach for that. Alright. I always reach for these two foundations, one or the other. So stick those there. And let's see. I'll also put my Halo Glow. I think I'll go ahead and put my concealer here. Just other concealers as well. I might even do might move this here. And because I have my extra eye gel cream thing, and I'll stick it back with the skincare items. I'm going to stick I feel like I'm saying stick a lot. I'm going to put my eyebrow gel there. And let's see. I feel like I have a lot of room. I feel like I don't really need to like shove things together too much, much more, I should say. The world is our oyster. I'm just changing things up a little. Doesn't really look like I made very much of a difference, but I decided to, because I use things every day, I sort of moved them closer. So I have my routine is, I do my eye cream, do my toner, I put on my serum, my moisturizer, and then my sunscreen, let that, settle in. Then usually I do my eyebrow, so maybe I should just keep this here because I like to have my eyebrow gel set. And then, I have my primer here if I end up using it. I don't really use it every day, but it's there if I need it. My go-to foundations, the glow setter if I want to use that. And then I have my cream concealers, and I think I'm just going to pop in my cream blushes that I would use. And that's pretty much it. Everything else, like these random products, I'm going to put away because I don't really use those often. And then I think those other products like my eyebrow pencil and eyeliner and stuff, I'm just going to keep them there because they're easily accessible. And I feel like if I had them sticking in one of these, it'd be very loose. So that is the setup here. I'm going to turn the camera down so we can look at the drawers. Okay. So now we have the drawers. So in this first drawer, I actually have my powders that are, you know, like my highlighter. This is from like Revolution. I have a bronzer, which is very old. I really need to get a new one. I have my one powder blush. This is like my go-to blush. It's called Always Rosy. Okay, great. By e.l.f. Always Rosy. This is definitely like better for my skin tone, I feel. And I do kind of want a new blush, but blush, I feel, is, I don't know, I don't feel like having a lot of blush because it's so, I've had this blush for a long time and I'm still not done with it. And then I have my bronzer from Revolution. I do use this often, so those are pretty much all my powders and they sit perfectly in this little drawer. So I'm going to keep that in there. This is just a like compact brush, so I don't really need to keep that in there. I usually keep this in my makeup bag, but I do need to clean it. So maybe I'll just leave this out to remind myself to clean it and put it back in my makeup bag that I take with me usually if I need to powder. So I'm going to go ahead and stick the bronzer, which I kind of use that as a contour because it's matte. Then I put my highlighter and then my bronzer and blush. If you're curious about where this storage unit thing is from, I'll go ahead and link it below. It's from Amazon and they have different colors. It's been really nice so far. Okay, in here. Oh, I almost forgot what I had in here. That's what happens when you have drawers, you kind of forget. I have a few items. I think, though, I already know I don't really use this. Well, I have another Epic liner, which I definitely think this one or the other one is broken, so I need to look at that. I should just get rid of this. I don't know why I've held. It's just an old eyeliner. Getting rid of that. Some like car racing going on right now. I have some extra like eyeliner, like a black and a brown one, but I don't really reach for those right usually. I might keep this. I don't know. This has a broken brush, so I'm gonna throw that out. And then in here is my e.l.f. putty primer, and I only reach for this for like nights out, so I don't need to get rid of it. I just would really need to, you know, remember that I have it. So I think in this drawer I'm gonna go ahead and stick the extra travel mascara, the eyelash glue, and the eye primer, since I won't really reach for those. And then I do have this like eyebrow putty, which honestly I don't really use. So I don't know. Sometimes I go through moods of like wanting to buy stuff like this, and I'm like, I don't know, it doesn't really do anything. If I don't use it up in the next couple months, I'll probably get rid of it. So I don't know. I can't part with it yet. We're making great progress. I'm gonna just take this opportunity to put the eyelash curler up at the top here, because I do reach for that, so I'm just gonna keep it out. It's not very aesthetically pleasing to have everything, aesthetically pleasing to me I should say, to have everything like out in the open, but it does help me reach for things easily. Okay, so the last drawer, this is quite my stash. I have some extra mascaras, which I'm not gonna get rid of. I have some lip liners, so I'm gonna that. Again, another eyeliner that I know I don't use, so I'm going to get rid of that. This is actually a brow tint, but it's really not my shade, and I've had it for forever, so I'm going to throw it out. Let's see. I have some Aquaphor, some other stuff. I think I might move eye-related things. I think what I'm going to do, though, is keep some eye products in here, because it just makes a little more sense. And I have an extra, like, eyebrow pencil, so I just find eyebrow pencils go very quickly, so I always try to have an extra one on hand, because I feel like that's one of my must-have things to walk out the door with, my eyebrows. Let's see, I feel like everything else is like a fun eyeshadow palette. Like I have a couple of these e.l.f. eyeshadow palettes, but I don't really wear eyeshadow all the time, so I'm gonna stick these lip pencils back in. I have some other random lip products, and I think I'm gonna stick the mascaras also in here, just to keep it consistent with the eyes, so it's more like the lips and the eyes, but then I have some eyeshadow, so I guess it doesn't really make it super consistent, but that's where we're at. Alright, well, that concludes my makeup tour and organization. Thank you for going through that with me. That was a little bit about what I wear, and yeah, it does look a little neater, and I feel like I've been able to spread things out a little bit more, so that's nice. And I have a couple products that I'm getting rid of, and that's always a nice thing to declutter. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this has been an interesting and relaxing video for you, and I enjoyed sharing it with you. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you